can't believe you did this to me! You read my news!
Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Around the Dial, your number one 10 source for watch news and happenings on YouTube. So this week, a trio of rare Rolex Daytonas and a pristine Patek Philippe collection are heading to auction next month. The Christie Geneva Rare Watches auction opens May 9th, featuring a variety of highlights. It's safe to say though that the trio of yellow gold Rolex Daytonas is expected to attract the lion's share of the attention. Never before seen together at the same time in an auction. The trilogy includes a reference 6269 Jack of Diamonds with a low estimate of about $1.167 million. A reference 6264 with a tropical lemon Paul Newman type dial. Reference 6241 with a champagne Paul Newman dial. To have all three of these pieces in one auction is extraordinary. So keep your bidding paddles in the air for the Patek Philippe Kairos collection, part 1. So, this is the finest collection of modern contemporary pieces ever to appear at auction. The selling of 30 pieces of the collection's 128 pieces on May 9th by Christie's make up part 1 of the 3-part auction that picks back up in Hong Kong on May 24th and then concludes in New York in a 2-part sale June 8th and 9th. The highlights of the Kairos collection are 5959 split-second chronograph in rose gold and then the 5074 perpetual calendar minute repeater, which is impossible to get. So all watches are unworn and are part of the single owner consignment. This is going to be pretty crazy numbers on this sale. Alright, so next up, LeBron James. He was spotted at the Lakers-Suns game last week wearing a new $70,000 AP Royal Oak. So, say what you will about the Lakers' lackluster season, but LeBron's watch game is on point. The 4-time NBA champ was spotted wearing everything from Patek Philippe Nautilus with the coveted Tiffany dial to Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Concept Black Panther. So the timepiece in question is one of the 11 new Royal Oaks, designed in honor of the model's 50th anniversary. Known officially as the Royal Oak Jumbo, extra thin, reference 16202, 39mm timepiece was unveiled in January as a successor to the reference 15202. So last up, we have the Timepiece Gentlemen saga. So it looks like Marco has launched phase 1 of his rebranding into Grand Caliber, continuing to move away from Anthony Ferrer, his one-time partner in the Timepiece Gentlemen endeavor. Marco's premiere YouTube video under his new name Grand Caliber debuted, and it was pretty interesting. Within the first couple of minutes he was discussing watches. He was telling the story about a watch he had on his wrist. It was kind of refreshing to get some education on a watch in one of the videos. So highlighting some of the changes, his plans for a new location in Texas. The video also included a trip to Woven Watches for a sit down to discuss the new Rolex releases with both teams. Full complement of both companies were present, which was really nice to include everybody. Nice discussion about watches. Marco made no mention of Anthony and the Timepiece Gentlemen. However, you can catch a remark in the video kind of alluding to, I've had enough drama that he made. Perhaps it was a slight hint to the former partnership and Anthony's recent misfortunes in LA and all the other drama that seems to follow him around. Just a word of advice, just a thought from a nobody in YouTube. The flexing, the constant drama, the Lambos, the $5,000 dinners all week long. Okay, some people might be interested in that, but if you're going to have a watch business and a watch channel, let's focus on that. That's what we're interested in. It's great to see the other stuff maybe once in a while. Congrats on your success, that kind of thing. But it's not all about how many Richard Milles you can stuff into a watch roll and how much the watch is on your wrist. I think that's why people like Roman, Marco, Paul Thorpe, they're very successful because they get into the watches, they get into the behind the scenes of the watch businesses. We're interested in to see that. I think most of us anyway. But that's just my 2 cents. Whatever that counts for. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week on Around the Dial.